Hello everyone and a happy Thursday. I hope everyone's had a really great week. Mine has been busy. I've got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. I was busy in my craft room today working on some non-stamping related items. So if you are a fan of my other group that I started about a month ago, it's called Dee's Creations. I've been into this beading stuff, so it's very addicting. There are so many cute things out there. So I was very busy just creating away today. So if you have not checked out that group, feel free to go check that out. It's Dee's Creations. If you're searching, it's like Dee's Creations by Dana, I believe is the URL code on there. I'll post a link in the comments later tonight. So and it's just for fun. I've been doing some vendor events now that I'm retired and just having a lot of fun being creative. So that was my thing this week. And today I was being very creative. And then I have a couple other things going on. Next week I'm doing a shoebox swap with some other Arizona demonstrators. So that's how I came up with tonight's card coming up, and then I've got the retreat coming up, so that's number one on my list to talk about. So we are just under a month away from the Summer Fun Retreat. It is June 13th through the 15th. It is a weekend. I do have a couple spots available. I have two people that I have not heard from yet, but I still, even regardless, I still have a couple spots available. And if you're interested, feel free to message me, get in contact with me. I have a couple pricing options available. I have the whole weekend, or you can just come on Saturday, or you can come for the weekend but just not stay the night. So I'm very flexible. We have a lot of fun projects. I think I counted 22 cards or something like that. And I'm working on one project, special request. And then I think there's a notebook. So, but you get tons of stuff in your goodie bag, all the stuff to make the projects. I think it's about almost $100 in product is what you're getting in your goodie bag. So, and you'll use most of it to create your projects. You will have stuff left over, but some of it you will use. So it's a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun for the retreat. I'm really excited. We're going to be doing bingo on Saturday night, so there will be prizes for bingo. There's raffle prizes you can get into. We do have some little fun games on Friday evening for some prizes. So it'll be a lot of fun. So hope you can make it. Like I said, I do have a couple spots available, so let me know if you are interested. What else? June 7th, we're moving on to June already. I know there's only like another week left of May. I can't believe it. So first Saturdays of the month are generally my classes. So June 7th is the next class. And we will probably be making what I'm showing you tonight. So I saw this bundle when the catalog came out, and I knew I had to have this stamp set, this bundle. So I'm gonna use it since I bought it. But it's a great bundle. So you'll see. What else? June 19th is the next Facebook Live Craft Along. I did create that the other day. So I'll be sending out some more information. Couple different options. I'm still looking at the pricing on it. Generally I do $15, which includes the shipping, but there are you're gonna need a few things, so I'm not sure if I want to include that or let you get those items yourself. So stay tuned for pricing. I'm gonna work that out this weekend. What else? Oh, and I mentioned that I'm going to be doing some markets. So in June, I'm going to be doing June 28th. It's an evening market. It's going to be hot. But I think it'll be okay because it's in the evening. I believe it's what is it, 6 to 9 at night, over at the church over on 59th Avenue in Cactus. I did it a couple weeks ago. It was pretty good. My first night market. So we'll see how the next one goes because it's going to be hot. And then I am scheduled for July and August as well. July and August, I think, is the second Saturday of the month. So, but I will keep you posted on those market nights. And then I'm trying to sign up for a couple more indoor markets, so I'll keep you posted on those as well, so you can come and shop all of my fun creations. Not just the beaded stuff. I do have all my Stampin' Up! Stuff, stuff that I create now that I'm retired. I like to make fun things, so I'll keep you posted on those markets. The other item I wanted to talk about, I posted the other day about the virtual album retreat. So the registration is next Wednesday, the 28th. And this is something new with Stampin' Up! It is a scrapbooking type of retreat. It is online. It is July 16th through the 18th. It's virtual, so like I said, it's online, but you're going to be doing 12 scrapbook spreads, so it's like 24 pages, so 12 spreads, one for each month of the year, and your registration is purchasing the packet. It is quite costly. It is $250. But you get a lot of stuff. Now I printed out a picture and you can't see it very well. It's not a very good copy. But everything is pre-packaged. There's a package for each month, so they're doing a scrapbook layout for each month of the year. So like I said, it's 12 layouts, so 24 pages. You get all the pieces, all the die cut pieces. Looks like you're getting the scrapbook page covers, stickers, paper, the placeholders for your photos, and it looks like about 4 stamp sets, possibly, some embellishments, some flip-flaps, some twine. So you're getting a lot for the $250 plus the online direction. And it sounds like it's recorded, so if you don't have time to watch it on those specific days, you can go back and watch it at your leisure. I'll send out the information again, but they do have a flyer that shows all of the scrapbook layouts that they're going to be doing. So it's a pretty good deal, really, if you're into scrapbooking. So I'm kind of interested in it. I probably will purchase it just to see what it's like and get a jump start on some of my scrapbooking, because I was gung-ho when I first retired, and then kind of went by the wayside a little bit. So you know, life gets busy, right? Okay, so this would be a good idea if you want to get some scrapbooking done. This would be a good idea. It is while supplies last. So next week, May 28th, which I believe is Wednesday, you'll want to get online and get that purchase, because you're purchasing the kit and that is your registration. So you'll get an email after you get your purchase done for the online retreat. So I hope that made sense. So it's not like you can just register and not buy anything. You have to buy the kit, and that is your registration. So, so that is that. All right, so I'm just gonna jump in and get started. I have a, I think I mentioned I'm doing a shoebox swap next Wednesday with some Arizona demonstrators. So I was trying to come up with a card to do. And then I grabbed this this stamp set, and I'm like, I'm going to do something with it because I really like this stamp set. So I'm going to point you down and we will get started. Hold on. All right. Ugh, sorry for the wobbly here. All right, so I hope I got you in my screen. I hope you can see everything. Let me get you on my computer. My computer's been acting kind of funky. It's taking forever to load, but I think we're okay. All right, so I wanted to show you this. When I got the catalog, I saw this stamp set, this Coneflower Celebrations. It's on page 82 of the annual catalog. And I don't know why, but it called my name and I had to have it. So I think part of it was this die where the flower kind of opens up like that's a card by itself. So that is what I had to have. So that's what I'm using. And I didn't know what paper to use because there really isn't a paper to go with it. This particular paper is called Floral Impressions. It is an online exclusive, so it just came out this month with the release of the annual catalog, but it's an online paper. So I thought, oh, well, let's look at this paper, and it actually worked out really well. I'm using the back sides, but then I started using the front. So this is the piece that we're using tonight. This side. I've already been cutting into the paper, but I just wanted to show you all the designs of this paper. It's really, really pretty paper. I know, more flowers, right? But flowers sell. They're really, really pretty. So I'm not gonna ding it, but it is pretty. I like this one, but this would be hard to use for a card because it's all the colors going across. So this would be great for one of those card layouts where you use like the whole sheet of designer series paper, so you get all of those colors, those pretty colors in there. Or scrapbook page, since we were talking about scrapbooking. So these are the colors, or the pages that are in here. I like this one. I like the blues and the purples. So that's the paper I am using along with the Coneflower Celebrations. Here's the stamp set and the dies. Now the dies I did take out and put on these special magnet sheets and the plastic covers. I got these on Amazon. Yes, I'm an Amazon shopper. They're here like every other day. But for dies that I use a lot, I really like using these magnet sheets with the folders. I do save the folders from Stampin' Up! And I'll probably repurpose them for something else. But I like these, especially for the dies that I use a lot. So it doesn't come like this. I'm just letting you know that this is my thing. And then this is the stamp set. Now remember, I told you this last week, always look for this little thing here. It says images at 80% or whatever percent they are, because this obviously is not the size. These are the size. It's very large flower, so it's very, very pretty. All right, so I've already cut my paper, and I showed you that I was going to be using this piece here. I know this is not a cone flower that is on here, but it works with the flower scheme. And then I've already cut out some pieces here. And see this piece here? Isn't that pretty awesome? So that is this very large die right here. It has this little score mark, so you can, it's almost like its own little card. And that's how we're going to use it tonight. And then you're probably wondering about this piece here, this little framed piece. That is from this die set here. This is called Gallery Blooms. This is from the annual catalog. And it does have this double frame. So when you cut out, this is one piece, it does cut out 2 frames. So just letting you know, you'll get double use out of that. So I'm using the largest frame. All right, so I am going to set that stuff aside. And normally I would stamp and then cut things out. But the beauty of photopolymer is that you can see what you're stamping. So I am actually stamping after the fact. Hey Chris, how are you? I hope you are doing well. We missed you, I think, at the last class. But the retreat is coming up soon, so that'll be fun. All right, so I'm not stamping on this. I'm just going to leave this one as is, but I am going to stamp on this piece here. And I got out some of my inks. I have pecan pie, crushed curry, and garden green. So I'm just going to use a bit of crushed curry. And I'm going to ink up my flower. And then I am just going to stamp. I'm lining it up. Oh, there is a right and a wrong side on here, and you'll know because the little zigzags at the bottom of the flower, they won't line up. So if you got to turn it the right way. And it does line up. Again, the beauty of photopolymer, you can see right through. So there we go. Perfect. See? And then I do want to add a little texture to my leaves. Now there are two leaves, one going one way and one going the other, but I just chose kind of the bigger leaf, and I am just going to use it twice. Sorry for the reach. I think I'm going to use this bigger block so I can see. And again, I am just beauty, again, the beauty of photopolymer, you can see right through. I'm just going to stamp. Normally we stamp and then cut out, but that is not what I chose to do today. And when I was playing with the other cards, I'll show you later, I did the same thing. I was just trying to figure out my design, and I ended up cutting things out first and then stamping, and it worked out. All right, so there we go. And then on the inside of my little flower, so I folded it up, and I'm going to put my greeting on the inside, and I think I'm going to use I think I'm just going to use You Made My Day. Let's see. I think it's this one here. And get out my other block. And I'm going to use the pecan pie, just so it kind of stands out on the inside of my flower against the crushed curry. So very simple. You made my day. Set that aside. All right, so let's assemble my little flower. And I am going to get my bone folder, and I'm just going to give this a little crease. I'm going to use my adhesive, and I'm just going to put adhesive up at the top, in the top area, because that's where I want to adhere this piece. So I'm just going to adhere it at the top. That way the leaves or the petals of the flower are free. It gives it some dimension. Okay. And then I'm going to put some more adhesive at this top part here so that I can add the middle part of my flower. And I just used a little bit of the pecan pie paper, cardstock for that. And that is this little piece here on the dies. All right, so now let's assemble our card. So this is my base. some crushed curry. I'm just going to add a little inside piece to it. You could stamp on here. You could put another ingredient. I'm just going to leave it blank, just for the purpose of moving along, because the focus is the front of the card, the beautiful front of the card. So I'm going to put this designer series paper on. And I think we talked about a couple weeks ago about the different layers and the sizes. So your basic card front is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so to get your layers going down, I just reduce it by 1/4 inch. So now my designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to take my frame, and I want this popped up a little bit. So I'm going to use some dimensionals, of course. And I am going to kind of put them everywhere because we don't want our frame to be kind of weak. There we go. All right, so now let's take off all of our little pieces here. One more. There we go. All right, and then I am gonna set this right in the middle as best I can. Just like that. All right. So now my flower, I'm going to add some dimensionals, but when I put my flower on, I'm going to be putting my stem kind of tucked under. So I want to make sure that I don't put dimensionals right in the middle, otherwise my stem will be hitting the dimensionals and I won't be able to get my stem in there quite right. So we are just going to put the dimensionals kind of at the top, and then a couple on one on each side here. So that way that middle part is kind of open. So that I can get the stem in there. And I probably went a little too far. Let's do it like this. I'm going to put my dimensionals here. That way they don't hit the frame. Like that. There we go. That's better. That way that they don't hit the frame, they're not sitting on top of the frame, because then that would just be a little wonky. So, all right, so I am going to take my stem, and I like to use the Tombow green glue, and I've been using my little tweezers quite often lately. So I'm just going to pick that up, add a little Tombow here. Oh, I need to add my little piece of ribbon. Where did my ribbon go? So I'm going to stick this in here, and then I will explain my ribbon. So I want to put my ribbon down and then put my little stem in here, because I'm going to wrap this around my stem. So what I did with this ribbon is I took this gold striped ribbon. This is new. And all I did was cut off some, and then I just cut it straight down the middle, so like I cut it in half. So it's really kind of a half width piece of ribbon. I didn't want a full one. I didn't want it too bulky, because I was going to tie it around this little stem, which is just so fragile. So but I wanted that gold in there. So I'm just going to tie it in a double knot. I'm not tying a bow, I'm just tying the double knot. It's just to give it some fun and interest. I can't get my fingers in here. There we go. All right. Okay. And then I'm just going to, I think my thing moved here. There we go. I'm just going to cut this a little bit. It's a little bit long. We don't need it that long. Okay. And now I'm going to take my little leaves, and one of them I'm going to put flat down on the paper, right about where this ribbon is. It's kind of like tied, almost looks like it's tied, you know. And then I'm going to add a dimensional to the back of this one. Okay. And then we'll just stagger our little leaves here. There we go. Just like that. Cute. And then your little greeting is on the inside. You made my day. Okay. And then I am going to use, these are the flower accents. Now I did add some up here because I had cut apart another package, and these were left over, and I didn't want them kind of flying about. So I just added them to there. But these are really, really pretty. I think they go well with this ribbon, this gold ribbon. So these are in the annual catalog. And there we have it. Super cute, right? Okay, so let me show you what else I did. I actually did this one in another color. And I had it open this way. I haven't put my piece of paper on the inside yet. But this one is Celebrating You. I thought that one was really, really pretty. Let's see. This one we have, It's Your Day. I did not make this one open. I did cut it. So it is just the one piece underneath and then the petals that I added here. And this, I believe, is Timid Tiger, the color. And then I use that corrugated embossing folder to make the background on here. This one here, I cut my pieces out in white, and then I used my blending brushes with a little strawberry slush to add the color here. So it kind of gives it like this nice gradient color, some ombre color. Super cute. And then I was playing the other day after I made these, and then I was like moving on to something else, and I'm like, I think I need one more card. I wanted to do black and white. So this is my black and white. Where I just took some strips of paper, black and white paper. This is another paper that is on the online exclusives. And I just did the strips technique in the background. And then here I added the little hand-drawn outline. I've seen another demonstrator do that. She does it a lot. And I thought, oh my gosh, that must be hard. But you know what? It is not. It is so simple, and it just adds a pop of just interest to your card. So I did it on the little greeting as well. So I thought that was a lot of fun. So you'll, the next Facebook Live Craft Along in June, we are going to be doing this technique. So a lot of fun with this technique. So these are the cards using the dies. I did mention I'm going to an event with other demonstrators, and it's a shoebox swap, and there's going to be 16 of us. So I didn't want something that was too complicated or hard. I wanted something very easy. I have to cut out pieces for 16. So I did one where it's nothing but stamping. So here I did Misty Moonlight, and I just stamped the image a couple of times, and then You Made My Day. So very simple. And then I just added the inside, just part of a flower and then a little splatter. So something that was going to be super easy because we only have a limited time to put our cards together, and there's going to be 16 of us. So I wanted something fairly simple. So let me know what you think. This will be our June class. I'm not sure exactly which cards we'll be doing, but we will be doing this particular bundle. I can pretty much guarantee we'll be at least doing this one here, the blue one, because that's my favorite, because I really like blue, and we might be doing the black. I don't know. I really like them all. We can't do all of them, but we'll figure it out. So this will be our June class. So, all right, everyone. I hope you have a really great rest of your evening, a good weekend, and I will see you back here next Thursday night. Have a good night, everyone.